So why cupping is done instead of brewing the coffee to evaluate the coffee? I think the simple reason is that cupping has got least of the variables. You just have the water and the coffee. So and also the procedure is kind of set. Globally, whenever you cup the coffee, you know that person. So if you're talking in, if I'm sitting in India and if there's somebody in Kenya, we've gone through the same procedure more or less with the ratio of the coffee and the temperature of coffee and the grind size and everything. Whereas when you're brewing the coffee, the recipes keep kind of changing. Even if you want to keep the same recipe, there's a filter, there is a pressure involved, there's some kind of other variable involved, and yeah, so that's about it. So suggestion for somebody who's shifting from instant to ground coffee. First of all, congratulations. You are now into the real world of coffee. And my first two suggestions for you would be, one, do not go by the tasting notes. At times you'll see a lot of fancy notes which you won't find in the coffee. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to underestimate your palate and give yourself a lower confidence, especially when you're starting out, as to I'm not able to find that note or all these things. Second being, try a lot of new coffees. There are a lot of roasters. Even if the coffee is the same, the roasting technique is different. So definitely go for a lot of new coffees and then find what you like or what you dislike. So one insight about the coffee industry that not many people know who are outside is everybody drinks chai. That's the fact. So the fruit that you have fermented the coffee with, will it give the same taste as the fruit that you've used? The answer is no, actually. There is no such guarantee as such. For example, if you're fermenting the coffee with orange, when I'm talking about fermentation, I'm talking about pure oranges. I'm not talking about syrups. So I'm talking about pure oranges and pure fruits when you're fermenting the coffee and not the syrups again. So it is not a necessity that it's not actually a thumb rule that if you use oranges in the coffee while fermenting, it's going to taste like orange. It may taste like something else. Like we had a coffee which we introduced to the country for the first time, which was watermelon process, and that tasted like jackfruit. So there's no as such relation. So a huge shout out to entire estates that we are working with from the past many years and new estates that are coming up this year. We are particularly happy and excited about 4-5 processes, out of which one process I'll just give away right now. So we come from Nagpur, which is famous for oranges, and well, yeah, we've done something crazy this year. We've documented the entire journey. The results have come up. It's tasting really beautiful. The sad thing is we've got around 400 bags of it. That's it. 400 250 gram bags. That's about it. How do you get to know if your burrs have gone bad? So to understand if they've gone bad, first of all, let's understand what a burr grinder is. There are two kind of grinders. One is the blade grinder, which is like a spice mixer, and the second is the burr grinder, which is great for the coffee. I would always recommend go for the burrs. So burrs, they're super sharp. Don't touch this thing. Basically, they are fixed together and then the coffee gets crushed inside, and you change the setting and then fine or coarse depending on the setting, the coffee gets ground inside here. You get even coffee. There is not much temperature change in the coffee grind, so these are great. And how do you get to know if they're gone bad? So if you open your grinder, you will get to see these. So you'll get to see these markings. If there is any plus minus, like if there's any unevenness in the grinder, that means your burrs have gone for a toss, so it's time to replace the grinders. And the visual aid would be for you to know that the coffee is grinding uneven, some fine, some coarse, and there are some boulders. That is the visual clue for you to know. The ultimate Aeropress recipe. I think this question has come up a lot of times. So what we're going to do is, we've got around 3-4 different recipes. One with milk, one for people who want to brew 2 cups of coffees. Then all these questions are there. So we're going to make an entire video for that. So we are going to come up with like new videos on our YouTube channel. So do subscribe to the channel so that you're updated over there. We will be posting up the videos right over there. My opinion about blends and single origin, both are crafts. Blending is great, single origin is also great. In blending, you got to figure out if you want to do a post blend or a pre blend. Both are art. The only thing I need to tell you about is that blending should not be done just because you want to use a cheap coffee so that you can market it in a different way. That is not something which is cool. It is not great for the specialty industry. So that's about it. How has the industry changed over the past 5 years? Industry has changed tremendously. We have accelerated, I guess, faster than any other nation in the world in terms of specialty coffee. The advantage being we've got our own coffee growing in the country, and so we've got the entire chain, right from the producers to roasters to brewers to consumers, who are now getting more aware, and home brewers, of course, who are getting more and more aware and engrossed in the entire value chain. So it has changed right from like having just one roastery back in 2015 to now we've got like around hundreds of them. Plus, additionally, the cupping thing that we did, the variable cupping thing that we did last time, that showed us how many people are really excited and into coffee now. So it's going very well. So how did I manage to achieve what I've done so far without having any background in coffee? I think the key answer over here was I was super hungry to find out what coffee is about, and it is very important to have a skill of generating your paycheck from passion. So passion to paycheck is a journey that you really need to go through, and I was really hungry. I was really super excited to get into this and leave no stone unturned, speaking to a lot of people, cupping a lot of coffees, tasting it every single day, and that was something that made me achieve what I've so far. Okay, so thank you so much for all these questions. We had a lot more questions, but we decided to take just 10 questions right now. We plan to do this every Thursday. Let's see how we could do it. But be updated. We are on YouTube. All these videos will be coming up on YouTube, and a lot of stuff is coming up. So subscribe and be posted, be updated about it. Thank you so much for all the support. Cheers.